Gentlemen, welcome to the second official video of the Grizz's Cave. I'm here with the one and only Big Grizz. We're going to touch on your questions from Instagram. Why don't you say we hop in, or unless you got something to say before we get started?
We're talking about frame, right?
Frame today.
Yeah, we got some frame questions. So these were on IG, on my IG story. So if you guys are coming from IG, thank you, because the IG family is strong. You guys are really interacting, and I appreciate it. The TikTok fam is just
They're lagging a little bit.
We got to get them on point.
All right.
But let's go. Let's get it.
Before we get started, this guy said something. Sorry, no cues, but big fan of your work. Like the way you talk, straightforward. So.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. So I'm very straightforward because there's a lot of people who are out there kind of tiptoeing through some of these subjects, some of the material they give out, and so you just gotta be very straightforward.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Thank
you.
First one here goes to you, Will. It says, how long would it take to build a strong frame, and how do I present my frame?
Good. I actually really like this question. I vetted all these questions first. I looked them over first. And I like this question because he says, what? How long would it take? This is the thing. When you're younger, a lot of times you think you have frame. People think they have a frame. And what is a frame? Let's start off by what is frame. Okay. Frame is how you view your life. Frame is how you see the world. So, I mean, you have good frame with your girlfriend.
Yeah. I honestly, I think, now, correct me if I'm wrong, it's just sticking up for what you believe in and holding ground to it.
Yeah.
If you say something, but you know what? It took me a while. Because at first, you know, we're going to be vulnerable here a little bit.
Yeah.
I was a simp in the beginning.
Yeah.
Just because I liked her a lot.
Yeah.
And
so here's what, like, you got lucky. Because I tell everybody, you can't, when you start with a weak frame, you can't build it.
You can't build it.
Yeah. So,
but it took.
But you had frame from the beginning because you had social value.
I did.
Yeah. So, but I don't want to get too personal.
Right.
But so my point is that a frame is how you view things. So in your case, you believe your beliefs are very in ground, like they're very it's set in stone,
right.
And so nothing makes you budge, right?
Yeah.
So now apply that to the rest of your life. So for example, I truly believe that if I date a girl, I'm the best option she'll ever encounter. I may not be the richest dude in the world. I may not be the most handsome dude in the world. I may not be the most lean or anything.
Yeah.
But I know that what I have to offer and the life that I'm going to build and I'm currently building and the life that she's going to have with me is not going to match. Nobody else is going to be able to match that.
And I agree because I do the same.
Yeah.
And I've even gone as far as telling her, hey, look, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to. Yeah. I just know that there can be a guy that's better looking than me, that has more money, has a bigger dick.
Yeah.
I guarantee you're not going to feel the same way for him.
That's what it is, how she feels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you hold yourself to that, she's going to always want to feel like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So frame, let's start there. It's how you view the world. I say this, you are the main character in your movie, and your life is your movie. And if you're not the main character in your movie, then you're fucking up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So what was the question again? So.
Yeah, I think you answered it. He said, how long will it take to build?
So it takes years. Because here's the thing, depending on where you're at, we both have been simps in the past. I would say that we both, I mean, I wouldn't say the way guys are now.
Gosh.
But we had our simp moments. I would say that.
Yeah.
We had our simp moments because
I think every guy has to go through.
Yeah. And so naturally we were raised in an environment where you had to be masculine. So that was a good thing. But we had our simp moments because emotion got the best of us.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of dudes, especially now the ones that follow me on TikTok and Instagram, they're younger. And these dudes have been groomed and have been taught a different way, a softer way.
Right.
And to be honest, I mean, when I was coaching basketball, I saw it all the time. The kids just got softer and softer every year.
And that would piss you off?
And it would piss me the fuck off because I was like, what the fuck? These dudes are bitches. Like, why are you crying? Since when do you cry in men's basketball? And so so a lot of you guys, you're asking me how long is it going to take to build a frame. Listen, it takes years to build a frame because you have to build yourself up and then you have to believe that you're the man. So you have to build that first. It takes years for that.
Genuine belief, though.
Exactly. So then you have to internalize. So first, you have to build a life that makes you believe that you are the man. Mm-hmm. Next, you have to genuinely believe that nobody else is going to provide what you provide. Mm-hmm. And you have to internalize it. And internalizing is what takes time. So.
And I think you hit the nail on the head when you said you have to work on yourself, because everybody knows once you work on yourself, you feel better.
Yeah,
you work out, you feel better.
Yeah.
We have our personal businesses that we work on.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like you're putting in work.
Yeah.
If she sees that, she's like, man, this guy.
Yeah.
He has something going.
Exactly, and that's all the women want, is they want someone that's got something going for them.
Next, he said, how do I present my frame? I think we already touched on that earlier.
How do you present your? Yeah, you're the main character of your movie, so. Just keep that in mind. Like it's some people think it's cocky, some people think it's selfish, but it's not.
Right.
Because by you being selfish, you allow others to also care about themselves a little bit more. A lot of people don't care about themselves that much nowadays. Mm-hmm. And you have to care about yourself enough to be like, you know what? I'm going to do what's best for me, and I'm going to attract the best for me. And in turn, if you do that, you can now give you the best version of yourself to others. So it's actually unselfish.
Right. We got another one here, which is essentially the same question, but he throws in the word masculine. Okay. How do you create a dominant masculine frame?
Okay. So this is where you have to really internalize it. So nowadays, these guys are very feminine and they're very weak. And it's just the truth. So you have to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. The more uncomfortable situations you're in, the stronger you'll grow. And so when it comes to like masculinity, you have to, what I would say is watch like old James Bond movies. Like watch men who you see who are very masculine and emulate it. And a lot of it is, in my opinion, one of the biggest things you can do is control your emotions. Because when you control your emotions, you don't allow yourself to make dumb decisions or you react out of emotion and you overreact, and
that's one of the hardest things to do.
It is one of the hardest things to do. And it because it's so difficult, it's very rewarding when you accomplish it, when you're able to accomplish it. So I would say that's cool. That's how you develop a strong masculine frame.
Another one here, I think it's the same guy. He goes on and asks, how do you keep your frame when dealing with women?
Right there, you control your emotions. So guys, when it comes to frame, and let me tell a story. I'm gonna take over here a little bit, okay? When it comes to frame, I had that issue with these women who aren't the most feminine, with women who are a little bit more on the left, you could say. I made a video right on the TikTok, and it kind of went viral, and I got a lot of hate.
Got blasted.
A lot of hate, and a lot of comments. So here's how I kept my frame. I decided, you know what? If these people were in real life, if they were right in front of me, would I pay them any attention? I wouldn't. Yeah. I don't even pay attention to, I'll just be straight up. Like a lot of these women, they got upset because I said a woman should do this for a man. Oh, we're not going to do that. We don't live to please men, blah, 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 blah. All right, a lot of them, I look at their pictures, they're fat as fuck.
Oh, yeah, I did see that too.
A lot of them are fat. They have crazy colored hair.
Right, they're not attractive.
And I'm just like, if you were in front of me and I was walking down the street, I wouldn't even turn my head. I wouldn't even notice you were there. Mm-hmm. So why am I going to why am I going to give you attention here on TikTok? I'm not going to reply to your comments. I'm not going to I'm going to just block you, because in all reality, you don't exist to me. Mm-hmm. And that's the frame that I live in. The frame that I live in, and I know it's a little controversial here, but not everybody deserves your attention. There's just not enough time in the day for that.
Right.
So these people do not deserve my attention. They're not worthy of my attention, and that's my frame. So you do that with a woman, right? The question was, how do you do it with a female?
Right.
If she's worthy of your attention, you give it to her, but you don't overdo it, because in the end, the only person that deserves that much attention is yourself. And so a lot of guys overdo it. A lot of guys give women too much attention, and it devalues their frame.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Here's a question I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
That I think can help. I know the answer to this, but I think it can help our younger viewers.
Okay.
I think something that builds frame, would you say would you say something that builds frame is you being good at something, like mastering something? It doesn't even have to be you're mastering everything, but if you focus on something, let's say someone really loves drawing, for example, and they're actually beasts, and they know they're on top of their game. And you know, when someone's good at something in their niche, that status in their niche. Does that build frame?
It does. It definitely does. To an extent, because here's what it is. You develop confidence from competence. So if you're competent at something, you're naturally going to gain confidence. Exactly. And that natural confidence will now kind of dilute over into other aspects of your life. Now, it won't completely, just transfer over. It won't completely transcend. So you will still feel a little bit of nervousness, a little bit of shyness in other areas of your life. But as soon as you go into drawing, oh, you're the shit. This is your frame. Now, build that out. So develop competence in more areas of your life so that you can have that overall strong frame.
Cool. This one's tough, right? Okay. This question. And I think this can help a lot of men. A lot of men have been in this situation. Okay. I feel like it says, I lost my frame. How do I get it back?
That's tough, man. In all honesty,
that's a good.
It's too tough. So think about it this way: imagine you're in sales, and you sell your product to your customer, and your customer hates your product. Like, it doesn't do what you said it was going to do, right? Mm-hmm. Now your customer comes back and says, "Hey, I want a refund," or if you say no refunds, now they're completely upset at you, right? Right. You've tarnished that relationship. Now they don't see you as, they originally bought the product because they had faith in you. They believed in you. You built rapport, right? They viewed you as a professional and that you knew what you were talking about. So that's why they bought. Now when they buy the product and it doesn't work, all of that goes out the window. You lost rapport. You lost the view, his perspective of you as a professional is now out the door. Yeah. Will he buy from you again?
No.
Most likely not. Yeah. Is there still a chance that he will buy from you again? There is. You just have to build more rapport. And so that's your frame. So when you have that frame that you originally had with a female, and now you lost it, it's going to be very hard for her to buy that over. So is it easier to just go find another person to sell to, or to try to continue to sell this person after they've already had a bad experience with you? Right. So that's how I view frame. If you lose it, now here's the thing: you shouldn't lose it. That's the original problem. If you lose it, it's because you, in the end, really never had that frame. You're putting up a front. So or you just don't know what you're doing. There was times when back in past relationships where I've had frame. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what frame was. I just knew, like, no, this is what I believe in. This was going to happen. Right. And the natural masculine side of me had that. And I would lose it. Why? Because I get caught up in emotion. I like the girl too much. And now I let her step over the boundaries. And I lost it. So there's kind of a point where there's a point of no return. And you just got to move on.
Cool. And
I think that's it, huh? For frame
questions. I like this because it was a quick video.
Yeah, it's just quick.
Now, to the viewers, if they have more questions regarding frame, would you say we'll make a part 2?
Yeah. If we have enough questions. How many do we have today? Like 6, 7?
Yeah.
So next time, if we have like 10, let's do 10. If we can get 10 likes, 10 comments, 10 different questions, we'll make a part 2 of this. We can get a lot deeper because here's the thing. Everything that I talk about, every concept that I talk about, don't take it for face value. Guys, like, don't take it for face value. It's a lot deeper than that. And it just takes time to get there. We're just starting this podcast, and we're just exactly, and it's an iceberg. Right. So we can definitely do a part 2 though.
Cool. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That helps the algorithm. And the socials will be at the bottom. Yeah. Also, subscribe to the PDF, right?
Yeah, I have the free PDF. If you're not attracting women, the 3 things you can do now to change, the 3 reasons why you're not attracting women, and how you can change that. This thegrizzcave.com.
thegrizzcave.com. Subscribe to that because you put out a lot of exclusive content that it's not on YouTube, it's not on Instagram, it's not on TikTok, and it's emailed to them, right?
Yeah, the email. The email is actually what I've learned, the things that I've went and looked for. Right. So different YouTube videos that I found helpful for me that correlated with the subject that I'm talking about in the email. So that way, if you're looking for information on body language, for example, and you're searching through all this shit on YouTube, I can show you what I looked up and what I found very useful. And
it's also your personal stories too.
Yeah,
because I'm subscribed to the list too.
Okay, yeah. Some of my personal stories.
I read the content.
Okay.
So I suggest that people sign up because you put a lot of great content out there, and it's short. It's not something that you have to read. It's to the point. You get the email.
Yeah.
And you get it like what you make emails. I mean, you write emails every week, so we get like a weekly email.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
That's it. Cool. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
All right, guys. We're out.
We're out.